Or heard a lot.
That they have a time.
I've been in the awakening class for this entire year.
I think there is very much a divide, and it is very difficult to know exactly how to deal with said divide, but there is certainly a divide in the more advanced classes, so AP accelerated in the general classes, as well as socioeconomic status, race, things like that. And students who fall at the lower end of those, whether it be they're just in general classes or they're a minority, they're a member of a minority, they would probably be giving a very different story than what we're doing right now. Just not necessarily because they don't have the opportunity, because every student has the opportunity. It may just be that they are not, the peers that they're surrounded by, the ones that they have classes with, and the ones that they identify with, they don't see those opportunities that they're presented with, and they don't take advantage of them. And in a way, it's almost, they may even fear that it might not be accepted for them to pursue leadership roles, even though it completely would be, and we would all be accepted. I feel like they don't quite understand it. They feel like it's not their place to necessarily pursue such things. So I feel like if we change the culture, we can really change the way that leadership and student voice plays out in the school systems.
I do think that, because I didn't know about student voice team until like sophomore year, even though it's been around for a while, but that was only because the stand at the Capitol. Yeah, and so that was like a huge event that happened, and it's not really like talked about more. And with the student council that we have, we don't really talk about what they do at all. So why would someone want to be on something that they don't know what happens?
Right.
So if we could talk more about what they're doing, like right now they're rewriting the bylaws that we have, like that's a big deal. And so if someone knew that they were going to be part of that, then they would be more willing to join it. So
I think that, like I said, there's not a lot of
Maybe that's something that you could propose, like, we can set boundaries for the students who on this.
Don't give up that voice, for lack of a better way to say it. Yeah. You need to pursue that. And that's something, it's a process of educating your SPDM to understand the relevance of what you're doing. It may take several presentations for you to get through your system.
I think like what you guys were just saying about how teaching scholarships, and the legislators have for years explored kids like that in other places. And we, as a team, brought students who would get that aid and had them share their story of why they would need it and why it would benefit them. And so I think that's like one of the goals to voice these people who might not be able to service. So in 7th grade, my favorite teacher actually developed a type of cancer. She developed melanoma. So I kind of found my voice through service, through kind of serving her. We put together a fundraiser to raise money for her foundation. It made a really big stir, I guess, in the school. And it was very cool. It brought me closer to the administration because we were working directly with them. It brought me closer to the community, the school community, because we were all kind of coming together to serve this teacher. It was a really, really cool experience. That's kind of how I became involved in being a leader of the school community.
I think the schools should be part of it, but I think that the schools should help go through different ways.
To get the word out.
Because I don't think just putting it on the website will be enough. I think in Jessamine Journal, social media, and or just like getting it well known enough to the kids, where the kids will go home and they'll say, "Hey, mom, dad, I just heard this really cool thing," and some of the parents will be for that because they'll hear their kid being in politics and fight for that voice.
I do think it would be feasible, like in some ways, to have West Jessamine as a county started. I mean, there have been examples where, like Squires, an elementary school, has started their own student voice team. Do you think it's feasible here to have? Because I mean, I've heard that there's a big like student council presence, but do you think it's feasible to have your own branch of the student voice team?
I think that would be possible. There's enough people out west who want to have their voices heard and want to be started with politics. So.
yeah, I think it'd be possible, but like the reason why we're rewriting the bylaws right now is because student council is like kind of a mess on how it's chosen and who's president and all that stuff, because it's just like the top 10 are elected and they decide amongst themselves who's who.
Last year was the biggest struggle.
Yeah.
The way it was.
We're going to be where you're at and empower you, even though you may not have the time, resources, or whatever. We make it a priority.